Welcome everyone, welcome to SRL No Assists Round 5 Marina Bay Street Circuit, Singapore. Sorry for the slight delayed start, still getting my account set up onto my phone. I'm ready now, and first driver out on track being Widger in the Renault. See tax, invalid lap already from Widger. We've seen so far, might see definitely the most difficult track so far for the drivers in this tier. Being such a technical circuit as it is. Definitely being a long race as well, on board a finger hook at the moment. Doing a fairly okay lap so far. Goes way too deep into the Singapore sling and ends up in the barrier. Widger is on an invalid lap, so Yari on the mediums. Looks like he will be first at the time, but he also invalidates the chicane. And that is not what he will be wanting, especially being on those mediums. Let's see, Chocker is now the next person on a valid lap. Through the end of the middle sector. Goes too deep as well. So no one at the moment putting in a decent lap. Harry is also invalid. Squidus is looking okay the moment. Oh, he also invalidates as well. Back on board with Chocker through the final two corners, and it is P1, but he's the only person at the time so far. 39.1. Harry going again on the mediums. Yari is pitted off of his mediums. Harry through to the end of sector 1 and 26.8. It's a bit of a snap out of T7. Still been fairly tidy from the McLaren. Bit hot on the brakes into the Singapore sling. Cuts the chicane nicely though. To the hairpin. Short shifting to third. Something these drivers are gonna have to do is a lot of short shifts per middle sector from Harry on those mediums. Getting so close to the wall. What's this going to be for Harry on those mediums? Make sure not to invalidate at the final corner, but it's P1 for 36.2 is a very, very good lap on those mediums. It'll be at a second lap, and as well they are 2 laps old. Do we have anyone else on a lap? I think Johnny is on a lap. There's a 2 off tires right next to each other. A little bit off-putting. Johnny goes a bit deep. I don't think he is on a cooldown lap. to the line, 45.4 from Johnny. And Yari through the first 3 corners, nice and tidy. So Ferrari gets out of his way, but again Yari invalidates. We're nearly halfway through the session, still only 3 drivers have set valid lap times. Finger hook, purple through the first sector. Taking it very cautiously, not to hit the wall. There's another purple. I don't think that is correct from the game. It's been a fairly decent lap so far. Small lock-up coming into the grandstand section. Another lock-up. Nearly runs wide. Very cautious through the double apex of the final corner, and it's enough for P3 on a 40 flat. And next will be New Squidders to finish his lap. Again, drivers locking up. A treat through some parts of this lap. Squidders cuts the final corner and validates the lap. The Carcraft on an invalid lap. Then the Wheel on an invalid lap. Scotty and Lunar Jedi still in the pits from the start of the session. Yari on his lap, perfect middle sector. Locking up into that corner. Grazes the wall slightly. Overall nice and clean for that final chicane. Up to the line. And it is enough for pole position. 35.6. Pova, only person currently on a lap. Very nearly invalidates. Over the Anderson Bridge into the hairpin. Slowed down good enough. A decent exit. So 1 minute 4.9. Locks up slightly. So overall though, a very good lap from Pova up to this point. Very nice through the final sector. Nice coming into the pits. Clearly not happy with that lap. So we have only 3 drivers currently out on track. In lap. Finger hookers now came out on the mediums. And right on board with Johnny. His first lap on the softs. Deep into turn 1. .6 seconds up on his time through the first sector. So runs wide, taps the wall at turn 8. Carry on, taking it cautious now, Johnny. Two and a half seconds up even with those mistakes, Johnny on his lap though. Will it be enough to see him off the bottom of all the drivers who have currently set valid times? So close to invalidating. Final corner. It is an improvement. Stay 6th, Johnny. Good effort from Johnny with that lap. There's finger hook. 4 temps up. 10th down though in the middle sector as he goes and locks up and does well to keep it out the barriers. And that'll be those medium tyres ruined. Jari attacking the first sector. Every lap these drivers were getting a lot more confidence. It is purple. Right on the edge of track limits through T7. Attacks the Singapore sling as well. Doesn't invalidate. First mistake on the lap, little bit of a twitch out the hairpin. 6 tenths up though. Still a much better lap. So no, I cut the final sector and it's not going to be able to go for another lap. Let's see who's next driver on a lap. And there's Scotty, is the next person on a lap. Purple from Scotty through the first sector. Switcher retires from the session. Scotty, another driver taking it very cautiously through the bridge. Checker flag is now out. Carcraft has gone P2, beating Carey by a millisecond. Scotty, it's not been the greatest final sector. Then the wheel has gone second on the mediums. Scotty through the final corner. It's P9. Luna Jedi, the last driver to set a time. Man, Luna Jedi goes P5. And beat on pole Yari by 1.1 seconds over anyone else. He's clearly got the confidence. And grid order, Yari superb, 34.7, over a second ahead of Lane the Wheel. However, medium tyres could come into play. Carcraft P3 on the softs, Harry P4 on the mediums, Luna Jedi, Trocker, Widger, Pova, Fingerhook, Scotty round out the top 10. New Squidus and Johnny, the two outside the top 10, they will get a free choice of tyre. But only 3 drivers choosing the mediums, and to wait and see if it's the better option. Many people invalidating their laps in that session as well, making mistakes. Gonna be an interesting one. They can put on more of a show than Singapore's first ever race. That would be really, really nice. Let's see, so New Squidus and Johnny both outside the top 10 choosing the medium tyre. What is the tyre we're going to be like for those people on the softs? Because it's high anyway, and considering that they have no assist, it might be higher. I'm spinning up the rears a lot more. I think this race will come down to whoever doesn't put it in the wall. Widger gets disqualified from the formation lap. He's all in, the wheel hits the wall. Don't want to be doing that in the race. It's a good job there's no damage on the formation lap. And last bit of tyre warming. And comes round to form on the grid. Johnny lines up in position. One, two, three, 4, 5 red lights in the Marina Bay. And the green in Singapore. It's a decent start. Viari on the softs, then the wheel of it, looking to the inside and just got the move done. Off the starters lane, the wheel on. And has yellow flags at the back, and Mercedes is off. Well, then the wheel off the start. Done exactly probably what he wanted to do, and is get ahead of Yari on the harder tyre. It's fairly clean from everyone so far. Around the first half of the lap. Then the wheel already pulling quite a bit of a gap on Yari, who's more going to have to focus on Carcraft, who nearly runs into the back of him into the hairpin. So cost him a bit of time. So no, Carcraft was straight on at the end of the second sector. And first mistake of the night. Goes to Carcraft. He's dropped down to P11. This is the top 3 at the end of this first lap. Of absolutely bolted. Then the wheel leads Yari, Harry. And Trocker is in P4 ahead of Widger, and timing pages of course messes up as Carcraft is coming into the pits. And top 3 beginning to steam away from Trocker in P4. And Trocker and Widger. His timing page finally fixes itself. Yellow flags, I think, for Johnny. Zul Widger made a slight mistake at the Singapore sling, and as of Alpova on the mediums to get up into P5. Medium runners having fairly decent starts. Those people on the mediums. In the background, we've got Nusquidis and Widger going side by side. Nusquidis gets the move done. Well, Scotty just behind Widger pulls off to the side and is letting everyone through. And presumed damage. His fingerhook picks up 3 seconds for track limits on just the second lap. fairly calm, but in top 2, Yari just within the DRS zone of learning the wheel. He's going to need to keep hold of that for as long as he can. Switcher and Luna Jedi are in the pits. And learning the wheel looking really confident compared to everyone else. Already nearly built up 2-second gap, nearly. Halfway around the 3rd lap over Yari. And Harry is doing, as Yari makes a slight mistake coming out of that corner. And that will leave Harry all over his gearbox now through the final sector. And Harry learning the wheel, doing really well on those mediums to begin with. Seemingly working much better than those soft compound tyres. Then again as well, these three are already 8 seconds ahead of Trocker and P4. So yellow flags in the final sector for Fingerhook, who has gone off. Is Harry going to try and get past Yari's? Oh no, they make slight contact through turn 5 and Yari's round. Gets it the right way again. He's only lost 1 place. Now here comes Trocker. Is he going to get by the end of Raffles Boulevard? Yes, he will. Yari squirming. His tyres will be absolutely cooked for those softs after that spin. You know, Pover has a look into the Singapore sling, doesn't go for it, doesn't need to risk his wing. This stage of the race, but I think Harry just tapped Yari ever so slightly through turn 5. Yellow flags and New Squidus has gone off into the barrier. This truck is squirming about as well. The soft compound tyres not looking too healthy after just 4 laps. Stage of the race, these guys are 15 plus seconds off the lead. This trucker is pitting to ditch those softs already. Yari carries on. And what tyre is trucker pitting for? Picks the medium tyres. So committing to a 2-stop very early on in this race. They're medium compound tyres, as is everyone else actually who's pitted, apart from Johnny who selected the hards. Trucker comes up just behind Carcraft. And P8. The closest battle on track at the moment is between Pover and Yari. And Pover sticking to the back of the AlphaTauri of Yari relatively easily. And soft stunk on board of Yari. And Blister on the right rear. There's one on the left as well. Front left isn't looking too good either. Surely gonna have to pit this lap to ditch them. Just losing so much time to the top 2. Zor probably makes a slight mistake as Jari is coming into the pits. And what tyre is Jari going to go on to? As long as came in and Jari's made the mistake of coming in at the same time as Johnny, who's getting a front wing change, and he's gonna get held for a very, very long time. This picks a medium's well over 10-second pit stop. Ferrari drops down to P8. Will it be P9? It will be P9. It's not what Jari needed, pitting at the exact same time as his teammates. So the only person who started on softs yet to pit so far is Scotty, who surely must be pitting this lap to get rid of those softs. Even from the offboards, they don't look nice at all. No one within DRS of anyone at this point in the race as well. As oh no, Scotty makes it. Does well to catch it, Scotty, through the final sector. He's got yellow flags for Fink Johnny. So this Jari and Munch are getting very close to each other. What tyre is Scotty going to go on to? It's going to be front wing change and another set of soft compound tyres for Scotty. So you got Witcher and Jari is in contact through the final sector, and this escape, which is lucky to escape damage from that. Jari tapping the back of him and picks up a 3-second time penalty through the final corner. It's not going great for Jari at this point of the race. There's Scotty coming out of the pit lane behind the two of them on those fresh softs. What can Scotty do on those? Use those fresh softs to good effect. I struggle to take another set of mediums to the end with Scotty, depending on when he pits to get rid of those softs. Yellow flags, I think, for Johnny getting out of the way for blue flags. It is Johnny getting out of the way for those blue flags. A lovely camera shot over the Anderson Bridge. And Scotty doesn't think about it. Into there. He's going to have to follow Munch through the final sector. This guy's already lost 4 seconds to Jari in a single lap. And Scotty not close enough. Jari sets the fastest lap for 40.5. There's all door with a huge snap out of 10.23 into the wall. Major damage to the front wing. He's got to complete nearly a full lap with that damage now. So no, Johnny hits the wall as well. 2 incidents in the space of a few seconds. And Gap still out front, around about 5 seconds. And 21-second gap back to Pover in P3. There's a further 18 seconds behind him to Carcraft and Trocker. Surprisingly, so far we still haven't had a DNF or a safety car. Really testament to how these drivers using the no assist, as Yari sets another fastest lap, 39.8 this time. As he is now coming onto the back of Newsquithus, who is yet to pit. As I just mentioned, the safety car. Now we have a full safety car. The Widger, who has crashed coming out of the stadium section, as Johnny is into the pits and retires from the session. And what do the top two do here? Do they pit for the hards now and take them to the end, or do they carry on their mediums? And the wheel chooses to pit. Harry follows him in as well. So both Harry and Lynn will obviously go for the hard compound tyre to the end of this race now. Should easily see them to the end of the race. And Pover as well. He's going to come in for hards. Now will he jump Carcraft and Trocker? I don't think he will. He might not jump. There's no Carcraft is pitting as well, Trocker pits as well. And they're all filing in. Squidus is in, Yari is in. They're all in, and surely they are all putting on the hards. There's all Carcraft's going to get held, and is also changing his front wing, so he's going to drop behind Trocker, who moves up to P4, and then Jedi is carried on. Scotty swaps finger hookers, not got to the pit lane yet. Bold choice from Lunar Jedi not to pit. Probably wasn't the best option unless he pits this lap to save one extra lap on those tyres. That advantage that Lynn the Wheel had over Harry has now been wiped out. This is give drivers like Yari, who have had a really poor first 10 laps, the opportunity to bunch back up. Also, Fingerhook chose not to pit as well. Scotty has put on another set of soft tyres. Yeah, Scotty has used 3 sets of soft compound tyres so far. Have a look at track limit warnings for people. So Lane in the Wheel has none. I think Harry is 1 warning away from another. Pover has 1 warning. Lunar Jedi has 3 more. Trocker has 2. Carcraft only has 1. Yari has 2. Newsquidus has 2. Scotty has 2. Fingerhook has 3. Zoom Jedi still doesn't pit. May as well at this point in the race. The Hearts will definitely get to the end very comfortably. See if we can have a look at a few tyre temps. Most drivers running with their tyres in 70 degrees. If anyone is wondering how I can see tyre temps, you can see it on the steering wheel. There's probably a few lockups from Pova. Will the safety car come in this lap? I think if Fingerhook catches up, coming out of the hairpin, it might just come in. The safety car is in this lap, so letting the wheel becomes the de facto leader. And his tyres nice and warm. Steps neutral there for a second as landing the wheel. So when will he choose to go? Takes a wide line. He's chose to go now. So back under green flags in Singapore. And so you instantly got battles and all got a McLaren spin in the background. So we've got Trucker as well going for a move on Lunar Jedi and getting it done into turn 1. So 3 or 4 drivers all losing. The back end coming out of turn 3, all doing really well not to spin. Coming out of that corner, they're going 3 wide into turn 7. Carcraft and Yari both get past Lunar Jedi into turn 7. On those old mediums, doesn't seem to have enough grip. So he locks up as well, does Lunar Jedi. It's not going to open the door for Scotty to make a move. A hectic restart. Classic Singapore restart. And getting the top 2. Lynn, the wheel and Harry just pulling away from everyone else. And Pova trying to hold on to that P3. Q beginning to form behind him. And Trocker, Carcraft and Yari. Is Trocker going to look for a move into turn 1? Yari, however, is going to look for a move into turn 1 on Carcraft. And he gets it done. And Yari back up into P5. This now can he chase after Trocker and Pova. Down Raffles Boulevard. And Trocker looking to the outside. Round the outside of turn 7. Up into P3. Puts a car between him and Yari. For the time being. Albeit I don't think it'll be too long until Yari gets past Pova. And Yari having a look. Again, it's not really an overtaking opportunity. There's Yari, another huge snap. Yari again nearly spins. And Carcraft does really well to avoid him. As Pova has also got back past Fingerhook as he lags out the session. And quickly re-invite Trocker. And Trocker has got back in, but he's dropped all the way down to P8 when he was in P3. Now Yari is up into P4, Carcraft into P5. And they are the ones hunting Pova. Got no gaps to look at. And then Pova just, this stage, just think he's holding Yari and Carcraft up from being able to chase after Harry and learning the wheel. To the end of sector 2, still no way to pass for Yari. Needs to find a way to get through. As Orno in the wheel has spun from the lead, has made a mistake, and Harry is into the lead and has a very big gap. 7 seconds. The wheel's only lost 1 position from that spin. As Yari gets us over into turn 1. And that throws a huge spanner into the works as Carcraft is also looking to get past Pova, and he does get past Pova, does Carcraft. And Scotty and Luna Jedi as well, going side by side, it's all kicking off on lap 15. Is Luna Jedi going to look to go back down the inside? No, he's not. Lock up for Scotty though. Luna Jedi will stick behind. There's all Pova spins now as well. And he hits the wall. Jari picks up another 3 seconds. And penalties, what are penalties looking like? Harry has 6 seconds. Yari has 6 seconds. Fingerhook has 6 seconds. And Luna Jedi has 3. So at the moment, even though he spun, learning the wheel is still looking fairly okay. As long as he gets back within 6 seconds to Harry, and Luna Jedi has gone off at the end of the second sector. Has got going again. We'll surely have to pit now to get rid of those tyres that he's on. And Harry has actually extended the gap in our final sector. This new squid just picks up 3 seconds. This is going to be a very intriguing final. We're actually only a half race distance, as it's very close to the wall. It's going to be very intriguing because it's now a game of who can catch Harry. As then the wheel goes off, that will be his second warning. He's slowly starting to reel Harry in. Zuna Jedi gets 5 seconds for crossing the pit lane exit line, which of course the drivers are not allowed to do. And Carcraft dropping back from his teammate and Yari at this point in time, struggling to keep up. And these two are catching Harry. And Yari has to overtake both of them. Learning the wheel, however, does not. I mean, now he gets 3 seconds. It's going to be very interesting to see which one of these top 3 ends up winning this race. Looking at the battery, Harry has significantly more battery than Learning the Wheel and Yari, who runs wide. Doesn't matter how wide you go or how slow you lift off, you're going to get a warning at that corner if you go off. Yari's like still flashing to show that he has low ERS. Maxon Trockers made a mistake at the Singapore sling as he turned in too early. Just cuts the corner, gets 3 seconds. And he now has damage. Well, as well, Scotty is still on those 6-lap-old softs, so Scotty doesn't need to pit again. Trocho will most probably come back into the pits to change his front wing, but Yari looking for a way by, Learning the Wheel. It's not quite there into turn 1. Now coming onto Raffles Boulevard, can Yari get close enough? Learning the Wheel. Light is flashing round the outside. Can't quite get the move done, but they're going to try and go side by side through the middle sector. He's looking for it as Yari. There's just not enough room. Round that part of the track, looks for a move into the Singapore sling. There just isn't space. And Learning the Wheel does really well to fend Yari off. But all of this fighting just plays more and more into Harry's hands. At the moment has a 3-second cushion, does Harry. His finger hook retires in the pit lane. And down to 9 runners in this race. Round 3 between these two. Just a lot further back on this lap is Yari. With the straight being so short, he's not going to get close enough. He's going to burn all that ERS as well to try. Scotty does now pit for medium tyres and get him to the end of the race. Fastest lap attempt, maybe from Scotty. So he rejoins without losing a place as well, does Scotty. Straka picks up another 3 seconds for track limits. Closest battle on track is still these two. And then the wheel just beginning to get into a position where he might be able to break the DRS. As now that they've stopped fighting, they are again closing in on Harry. Have they both realised that it's pointless and they're not going to win this race if they squabble? I think Yari will want to get the move done before letting the wheel get within DRS of Harry, if he gets within DRS of Harry. Dan Raffles Boulevard switches his DRS off early this time, does Yari. Proving so difficult to regenerate any ERS. Yari a lot closer this time coming out of the hairpin. Small lockups, pushing each other at this point of these two. Looks to be trading their lap times. And learning the wheel at the moment is doing what he needs to do to take what will be his second win of this championship. He's just got to keep it clean and not get another penalty. He should be fine. His lights is also flashing. Yari's is flashing as well. Has a look. Another battle down the back end as Trocker has got past New Squidus, but has inadvertently gone in deep. And that corner again with a Tech Pro barrier sticking out. Doing well to slow down, and he dropping down to P9. Yari has picked up another 3 seconds worth of penalties. It's not going to help his cause at all. He now has to overtake learning the wheel and pull 6 seconds on him, and overtake Harry and pull 3 seconds on him if he wants to convert that pole position into a win. It's not looking likely. Viari at the moment doesn't seem to have the pace to get past learning the wheel, and it's now fell outside the DRS to make matters worse on this lap. Has he just about held on to? He's only just held on to it. He can't afford to lose that DRS because it is pulling it. It is what is pulling him towards Harry in P1. But to this battle between Squidus, Pova, and Trocker for the final 3 places at the moment. Should be fighting over what will be the wooden spoon at this point. In the final corner, is Pova going to have a look on Nusquidis? Yes, he is into turn 1. Nusquidis goes a little bit wide, opens the door for Trocker to get through as well. Who again has another slide, coming out to the third corner. They're both through. Nusquidis down to P9. Is Trocker going to have a look on Pova? No, he is not, as Harry picks up another 3 seconds. And penalties now. Him and Yari are on 9. Learning the Wheel is on 3. And Harry, who had enough of a gap, now with that extra 3 seconds, no longer has enough of a gap. I should quickly look at Learning the Wheel's track limit warnings. He is on, I think that'll be 1 more, so he might be 1 away from a penalty, or it'll be his second penalty. But at the moment, it is looking really good for Learning the Wheel to take this win, even after his spin. Then to this fight for P7. Looking, Zorg straight on at turn 1, misses his braking point, ends up gaining time on Pova from it. Now coming onto Raffles Boulevard, is he going to be able to get a penalty? Is he going to be able to make the move stick for P7? Again, round the outside again, purple first sector as well. Nicely done, up into P7 goes Trocker, and in the middle of all that, letting the... Oh no, Yari spins! Again! This time, all on his own. And that may have taken a battle for the lead away. But as well, I was going to say, Learning the Wheel has picked up another 3 seconds. So Harry now has a gap again. But the problem is for him now is that Learning the Wheel has no threat. As Lunar Jedi is in the wall. Pover's also got back past Trocker. He's got damage again. Yeah, Trocker has damage again. He's hit the wall again as Trocker. This drive is just making mistakes. As Trocker is in the pits, as is Lunar Jedi, to repair their damage. They will go a lap down as a result of this pit stop as well. See Harry, 3.9 seconds. Learning the Wheel, all he needs is 9/10 in these final 7 laps. And it will be enough to get the race win. As Carcraft picks up 3 seconds, and he was actually within range of Yari. As Carcraft, as he has Trocker's Ghost coming out of the pits to contend with. Might have off-put him a bit. Will this be a grandstand finish? Because Harry, the one benefit that Harry has at this present moment is that he has battery to use, and if he saves it for the final 2 or 3 laps, he can start to burn it off, and his lap time will surely be quicker. So he's He's just got to keep it clean, does Harry at this point. And try not to lose as much time as he can. There are parts of the track where Harry is faster, through the final sector most notably. As Lunar Jedi's made another mistake. So letting the wheel through the first sector is much quicker than Harry. And is now within the window that he needs. Can he stay in that window? He's got no ERS at all. There's learning the wheel as well. And he's not going to be able to regenerate it. What would really spice things up at the moment as well would be if there was a safety car, because that would throw everyone off and it would put Plover and Scotty in superb position if there is a safety car at this point, because of them having no penalties. Are we going to get the grandstand finish on the streets of the Marina Bay? Gap down to 2.5 seconds. 2.4 seconds as they cross the line, learning the wheel, matching his personal best. He's pushing to make sure he is within that gap. Trocker sets the fastest lap of a 39.2 on those fresh soft compound tyres. We've got into the pits comes Yari for fresh softs. He has a pit stop gap over Carcraft. It's going to turn into a game of who can get the fastest lap between those two. And Squidders has made a mistake. That's put Trocker right behind him. Into the Singapore sling. Fresh tyres. Easy move. And Trocker back up into P7. And that will be as good as he can get today. Gap at the front now down to 1.92 seconds. As Squidders has made another mistake at the hairpin. Four laps to go. Gap is just over 2 seconds. Either one of them could win this race at this point. Just cannot make a mistake. One mistake decides it. Burning his ERS is learning the wheel. Harry's still running on 30%. When is he going to choose to burn it? That is the question. Because it will give him such an advantage. It's Carcraft 37.7 sets the fastest lap. I'm on board with Yari because this will be his attempt, I imagine. They're taking that bonus point. Seven attempts up for sector 1. just catching New Squidus on his fastest lap attempt. 2 seconds up. And Jari, this will definitely be a fastest lap, but by how much will he get it? Through the final corner, up to the line. 36.7 for Jari to take that point away from Carcraft. Back to the front, gap is 1.3 with 2.5 laps to go. Can Harry just pull 3 seconds in these remaining 2.5 laps? He needs 1.4 seconds at the moment. He's all letting the wheel, small mistake. It's not costing him too much. Gap up to 1.7 on this lap, down to 1.6 again. Ends the lap. 1.7 seconds. 2 laps to go. Now is the time to push for Harry. He's surely got to use what he's got left. Everything he's got. He's not using his ERS. It's Harry. He's got to use it at some point. Otherwise, he's not gonna get. It's in 1.9 seconds. Just go on board with letting the wheel for a second. It's not letting the wheel. Back from him, tyres not looking too nice. Harry's looking a lot better than learning the wheels. Gap 1.9, lap and a bit to go. This is going to be close. Harry might get the benefit that he's got Pover in front of him, so he might get some DRS. Harry on the final lap. He's got a lot of DRS to play with as well. He comes around the final corner on the penultimate lap. The gap is 2.1. Can Harry snatch this win on the final lap? Surely he's got to burn all of that ERS now. Again, he's not choosing to. He's a 10th up though. Learning the wheel just has to drive as quickly as he can without making a mistake, and it will be enough. Down to 1.5, and then the wheel is properly pushing on this final lap to ensure he takes this win. Harry again not burning his ERS. Gap is 1.1. And I think Harry's tyres have really hit the cliffs on this final lap. Through the final few corners, through the chicane for the final time. Harry will come around the final corner, crosses the line in P1. It will not be him though, it will be learning the wheel. Even after a spin, it's enough. The gap was enough. And take the win, Yari. 21 seconds back. The 2 spins of his own, still finishes P3 with the bonus point for the fastest lap. Carcraft. Rounds the final corner, P4 for Carcraft. Next across the line will be Choco, who has even more damage again. It's Choco. Through the final corner, Trocker will finish P7, and if Squidus will finish P2 and P7, Trocker finishes 8th. Scotty Fennell, my driver of the day, superb race from Scotty, very consistent. P5 for him on a very odd strategy. Pova, Nuna Jedi finishes in P9, and 1 car to cross the line. It will be Pova. And just round the final corner does Pova to finish P6. As the game gives driver of the day to Scotty, I will also give it to Scotty. Very consistent race from Scotty to finish P5, but the winner, even after a spin, no one could stop learning the wheel today. Harry tried and couldn't quite do it. He run through the race classification, learning the wheel, wins from P2. Harry finishes in 2nd. Jari and Paul Sitter finishes P3 with the fastest lap, even after his 2 spins. Carcraft in P4. Scotty, driver of the day, to finish P5 ahead of Pova, being the only 2 drivers with no penalties. Nuf Squidus finishes P7. Trocker in P8, and Luna Jedi will take the final 2 points in P9. Fingerhook is classified 10th. Because he is DNF'd, he will not get that point. Witcher and Johnny, the other 2 retirees. Thank you everyone for watching and joining. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.